Wow, dude.
Couldn't do those kickstands. Now
what you need to do, Jasper, is you need to learn to give it a little push and then do a kick turn.
I already know how to do.
You look at all that snow. Ah! It's like winter wonderland here. There's every chance this might not be very sensible. Oh, this is not looking good already. Well, we're moving. Look at the mess that is that road out there. The things I do for coffee. Okay. I think we'll just keep the speed down. Yeah. Yep. Driving slow is definitely the order of the day. It was so funny in that shop. It was like the apocalypse. All the milk was gone, there was not much bread. It's a great thing about Britain, right? You just get a tiny amount of snow that stays on the road and all hell breaks loose because of people driving around in 21-inch wheels and summer low-profile tyres. I mean, who would do that? Nuts. On the upside, if you're an electric vehicle, the fantastic traction control that kind of goes with these things is a real help. I would never have got out of that garage if it wasn't for the traction control in this car. I still have to be extremely careful because there was an accident just up here a minute ago. So, oh yeah, this still is. Yeah, it's definitely maximum care is a particularly good idea today. Air suspension also helps when actually driving through snow like this. There you go. Brilliant. Tell you what, it's that traction control, that fine grain control that you get with electric vehicles is just, it's what I like about them when it's dry. And it's also what I like about them when it's wet and snowy and everything else. Traction control, brilliant. It's just, everything is so much better controlled when it's done through an electric motor. Be careful. What we have to do is we have to make a ball first, like this, and then we have to push it along. That's it, push it over. There we go. We couldn't find my gloves. Ha 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 ha. Right, I've got to get him to school. It's sort of sleeting today, so I think we'll be all right from a slidiness point of view. So today I am trying to sort the sound out with this Fusion. I'm recording it independently through an H1 Zoom mic, and hopefully, touch wood, it'll work. Last time it didn't work, but I think that's because I didn't push the mic in securely enough. So yeah, you live, you learn, I think is what we chalked that one up to. Right, I just wanted to round off what I was saying yesterday about driving in snow and ice. And okay, so I've got the low profile summer tyres, just absolutely the worst things you can possibly have on your car in snow and ice. And I can tell. The second there's anything snowy or icy under the wheel, I am basically on an ice rink. There's no traction whatsoever. But the car, the precision of electric motors coupled with reasonably good traction control actually does a pretty good job of not letting things get too hairy. Certainly it did yesterday. Today luckily it's kind of raining, so it's melted through for the most part, but yesterday it was just sheets, compacted snow and ice. One thing is for sure, I can definitely see how if you've got an all-wheel drive Tesla with 19-inch wheels and winter tyres on, you've got nothing to worry about. I've found in the past when I was driving my Nissan Leaf as well, actually, electric cars tend to work quite well in the snow. They seem to. And it is doable. You just have to be careful, even with 21-inch summer tyres on. Just be really careful. Don't go down or up any big hills. It's basically the advice. Makes the life look so pretty though, snow. That's what I love about it. Not such a big fan of this melting sludge. Time to get some proper milk. Well, at least we can have a coffee now. That's the main thing. Being without coffee has been hard. Yeah, if it was going to be weather like this on a regular basis, then I would definitely swap back to 19-inch wheels and proper winter tyres. But the thing about the UK is this is the most snow we've had now for I think 3-4 years. So it's obviously not a big problem, And apart from in the snow and ice, the summer tyres seem okay. I mean, it doesn't really get that cold here. Okay, so an entire day of sleet and sort of cold rain, and there's still some mushy snow stuff around, but for the most part, it has melted. Okay, so I know that this snow test has not exactly been comprehensive Norway style driving. Well, yeah, I've done the best I can with what I have to hand. Southeast of England doesn't get a lot of snow. Honestly, this really is genuinely the most snow I have seen in this end of things for at least 3 years. But it does happen sometimes, and that's personally why I was quite interested to see how well the 21-inch wheels would do on my Model S, because it's rear-wheel drive, and there usually isn't a lot of point changing to winter tyres, because it doesn't normally behave like winter in the UK in winter time, ironically. It actually just behaves like a sort of a damp summer's day, which is funny because, I mean, basically the seasons are pretty interchangeable depending on whether it's raining or not. But occasionally you do get a cold spell. So it'd be nice to know how much of an impact that's going to have. Certainly it's had a huge impact on my watt hours per mile. Wow! The last 265 miles I've done, there's been an average of 371 watt hours per mile, which is ridiculously inefficient. But that's because it's been mainly shortish journeys. When I've been on the motorway, I've been in a bit of a rush, so I've done a full-on 70 miles an hour. Yeah, it would, if I went on a nice big long journey at more of a sort of sedate pace, I'd get that down to about 330, 320 per mile, I think. Anyway, I'm going to say goodbye for the day now. I hope you found today's video interesting and fun. If you have, remember to like it, share it and subscribe if you haven't already, and follow me on Instagram if you don't already. And I will see you tomorrow for the next instalment of my daily vlog. Bye. It's very cool.